Hey group, we're out here in the deserts of West Texas, my old stomping ground. I'm going to show you what it's all about for a few days, this broken country, up on the flats, what desert survival is all about. We'll see what we can forage up, and what we can find, a little bit of shelter, a little bit of food, maybe some trappings, maybe some fishing. It's whatever we kind of come across. Should be an adventure. Let's go. Back here behind me, this cave, this is going to be home for the next several days. Now we did check out the cave just a moment ago. It's not empty, something's in there. Let's go ahead and show you what we found. Stay back up. Another one just took out up underneath these rocks back here. Not very large, but he's angry. Very angry. Alright. Welcome to the desert. That looks like supper tonight. Alright guys, this next part, this is where we dispatch the snake. We won't be showing you that, not on this video. And the main idea here, when you're doing away with a venomous snake, is to do it as humanely as possible and as safely as possible. No amount of meat, no meal is worth what that snake can do to you. So pick up a rock, pick up a stick, do away with the snake as fast, as quickly, as efficiently as possible, and get on with it. Alright, well there's no telling where that other snake went off to, or how many more are in here. And that's not really a surprise out here in Texas. Underneath every flat rock, and in almost every hole in the ground. So, we'll keep our eyes open, as you do out here, and hopefully we'll see him before he sees us. Come on, Huck. Alright guys, so check it out. Looks like a nice looking rattlesnake, a little under 3 foot. Not large, but he's been eating pretty well. Looks healthy. Now, I believe what we're going to go ahead and do is cook him up inside of a prickly pear pad. Now, we had some pretty large patches up on the flat, passed by a while back. We'll go find a really large one, and we'll show you what that's all about. Now we're going to go ahead and leave the skin on, and leave the snake inside the cave. It's nice and cool in here. The meat shouldn't swell at all while we're gathering up whatever materials we need to cook. We need firewood, prickly pear pad, stuff like that. But once we get back, once it's time, the process is fairly simple. We'll make an incision all the way down the belly, and we'll peel the skin off. And it comes off fairly easy once you make that incision all the way down. You have all the organs stretched out inside of this long rib cage. All you got to do is pull them out, and what you're going to be left with is a lot of good meat and a heck of a lot of bones. It's real clean, real easy, real simple. Snake's a good meal. He's definitely fresh. Herbs. Let's go get some firewood, bud. So check out this monster prickly pear pad. Now these are pretty easy to come by out here in the desert. This is kind of the renewable resource of the desert. These things grow everywhere. Now, even this pad right here, I've hacked on it a bit. If I were to take this and put it in the ground, add some water, it'll actually grow a whole nother plant right out of this. Now, these thorns are pretty nasty. I'm using my gloves right here, but during famine, which in the desert is drought, when everything else is gone or it's dried up and died, the cactus becomes the food group. And creatures will eat through thorns, anything to get this food. So it is a survival starvation food. Today though, we use it to cook a rattlesnake. Fire's going. Time to burn some hate off this cactus pad. How'd it work? Alright, the trick to this is direct flame. All these thorns, all the glockheads, they should burn off. They turn rosy red and they go away. Give it a minute on one side. Once it's done, flip it over and do it on the other. Alright, our snake is skinned. Our cactus is dethorned. No more glockets on that. Go ahead and make a slit. Get an area inside of this cactus to fit our snake. You see off to the side a little bit. Got an onion, a little bit of garlic. That's called being prepared. So we're going to season up our rattlesnake a little bit here in this pouch. Throw a few extra things in there. And tomorrow, we'll see what we can do about foraging a few wild things. Okay. There we go. It's a snake and a cactus. And chop up some onions, add some garlic, call it good. Time to cook. It's been cooking for about 20 minutes now. And before this side crisps up, go ahead and flip it over. There we go. Add a little bit more wood around the edges. And I'll continue cooking this all the way until there's no more liquid in the bottom of the cactus. At that point, it ought to be done. Hopefully you can hear that. It's that liquid boiling inside there, steaming. It's a good sound. We've given it enough time. Definitely smells good. Here, you try out some rattlesnake cooked. The tired puppy. I know a few people might have concerns because I'm eating in my camp, the same place that I'm sleeping, really close in proximity. But this is West Texas. The biggest thing out here is perhaps a predator would be a mountain lion, and those things go after live meat, particularly like humans. So no bear issues, nothing like that. Been doing this for over a decade, never had an issue. So that's a judgment call that you've got to make whenever you find yourself out here. Go ahead and open this thing up. See what we got. Check that out. Looks like a meal. Well cooked snake, a little bit of onion, a little bit of garlic. That's what it's all about. Oh yeah. Now when it comes to eating snake, the best pieces of meat, at least the ones that I like the most, is the backstrap. That's what I'm pulling off right here. Now you're gonna have 2 backstraps, 1 per side. And they run right down the backbone. Their best piece of meat. Good stuff. You wanna try some? Okay. Okay. Now it just pranks me. Now, I'm going to go after these backstraps. I'll nibble in between all the ribs. Get all the meat I can off these sides, all the way down. And here in a bit, whenever I've gotten scavenged off as much as I can, I'll be breaking this into pieces and putting it into a pot back here. And that's going to be my stew for the morning. It's going to be a rattlesnake stew. A little bit of water. Make sure you have a top on your pot so you're not losing lots of water. Kind of the Dutch oven effect. But I'll get a second meal out of this. And all of those small pieces of meat that I'm not really able to get at those will break down over the course of the night and be available for me in the morning. And that's the idea. Now the cactus pad down here, totally edible. The charred parts, I'll leave those alone. But prickly pear is good food, especially when you have it flavored with rattlesnake. Again, I've got the garlic down there and the onions. I'll eat that in just a moment. But food is food, and will give you useful calories. That's a good meal. Some of these snakes surprise you with just how much food they have on them. Some of them, not so much. Still a lot to chew on these things. Garlic's good too. Alright guys, this is the base for our soup. Doesn't look like much right now. Give it a few hours, a bit of moisture, do wonders for just about any meat. We'll put a pinch of seasoning in here. It's called a chupacabra spice, I believe. Clued in on this here lately. Stuff's amazing. Add a little bit of water, just a dash. And that ought to do us. Now, I will have to check this throughout the night. Put the top on there, and we do that so that we're not losing too much moisture. Alright, this goes in the coals of our fire back here. We'll make sure that it doesn't run out of water. That'll help break down all the meat, release all the good flavors, and make it so that I can get a lot more calories out of this meal. So I can start out tomorrow, bright and early, with some rattlesnake soup and give me some power throughout the day. There you go, cuddle up. Coffee's just about ready, which means we're getting real close to it being a good morning. This is Cowboy Coffee, which a lot of folks are not used to. Put the grounds directly into the water. You boil for a few minutes. See some grounds there on the lid. Before you let it cool down, what we're going to do is add a little bit of cool water here to the top of this, and that'll cause all these grounds that are all over it to settle to the bottom. Otherwise, I pour it out, I'll be chewing coffee. Many years on the trail, Cowboy Coffee's a pretty good deal. That's all it takes. Snake soup, coffee, breakfast of champions. Coffee and breakfast. What do you think, Huck? Now, the night in the cave worked out pretty well. Temperatures were real nice. Early this morning, though, Huck got a little bit of action. A big wood rat, I'm going to call it a wood rat, came into the cave, or was trying to leave the cave. One or the other. And Huck got it. So he dispatched that really quickly, and we're going to end up eating that. So you take meat where you can get it, even if it's just a rat. We'll go ahead and skin it out and cook it during the midday. This morning we're gonna go scout around trying to find some resources. I know I want to put together some Paiute deadfalls. I want to check out some water sources back here and see if there's anything alive in there. See if there's anything worth trying to fish or put the effort to build a fishing rig out of. So we'll move around for a couple hours until the sun becomes too intense. Then we'll get back in the cave, go ahead, cook up a rat, eat a rat, and build some rigs for Paiute deadfalls that we'll be setting this evening. So that's my plan right now, subject to change. Lots of little bones. I think I'm done with snake stew for a while. More coffee left. Before we take off, go ahead and show you that rat. Now I'm going to go ahead and skin him whenever we're ready to eat him. I'm going to leave the skin on until then. Whenever you're coming into an area, the first animals that you pull in, especially mammals, go ahead and skin them first. What you're going to be doing is checking for parasites. Okay, a lot of the times, especially in survival, we'll singe off, we'll pull hair, all kinds of stuff to try and keep that skin on there and the fat layer that's usually in between the skin and the muscle. But in this case, the first couple mammals, or the first types of mammals, go ahead and skin them out, look for parasites, look for disease, look for issues, and make a call whenever you find those things on whether it's worth it or not, what kind of situation you're in. But we'll cook him here in a couple hours. Ought to be good. Not a bad job, Huck. Let's see if we can't get some more stuff other than just rats. Hey group, we're back down in South Texas, which you can probably tell. Now fortunately we've got some bad news, and this is hurting us more than it'll hurt y'all, even though I know everybody out there is starving for content. But we did 3 days around this cave out in the desert, showing all sorts of survival. Of that, you've seen us eat a rattlesnake in a cactus pad, you've seen a wood rat that Huck got a hold of, and Cowboy Coffee. And unfortunately, of those 3 days, that's the only video footage that has survived. The rest of it corrupted, and we have, up to this point, been unable to retrieve those files. Now, the silver lining to the situation is that this 3-day project was part of a greater 14 days spent out in the desert. So we do have lots and lots of other videos that did survive, and you'll see those dropped on the channel over the coming weeks. So guys, no worries, it'll still get out there. Now this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to desert survival, and it is heartbreaking to know what we lost as far as the experiences and the things that we went through and what we were prepared to show y'all. Now if there's enough excitement and interest generated in the comment section down below, we'll make it a priority to be out there in that desert to do at least 5 days. That's a 5-day ordeal in the desert, showing you the ins and outs, the tricks, the life hacks, what it takes to survive that habitat and to transverse and make it in a survival situation out in the desert. So tell us what you think, and we'll be out there again to really give you an in-depth view at what it takes to survive. A few more things worth mentioning. Grim Survival, you've seen this plate here on my necklace, the cards in my wallet. Go ahead and check out the link in the description down below. Anything that you buy through that link helps out our channel. We appreciate that greatly, and you will not regret buying any of their products. They have some amazing survival cards, best ones out there. Also, here at the very end of this video, I'm going to be showing you some drone footage, which is something that we have not incorporated into any of our videos thus far, and it's really a perspective and advantage that I'd like to show in future videos. So first off, the channel's name is Justin Smith. Go ahead and check out the link in the description down below. Click on the link, subscribe to his channel. 2 things: bug him, make him get a real channel name, not just Justin Smith, and secondly, go ahead and bother him until he's encouraged enough to come down here to South Texas so we can get all kinds of drone footage throughout the year so y'all can see this place in a new light. You've seen all the stuff, the creeks, the rivers, the way the trees lay, all these beautiful places. Being able to get that bird's eye view, I think would really take this stuff to the next level, and I think y'all would enjoy seeing that site as well. So if you do that, we really appreciate it. Special thanks out to our Patreons. Without y'all's help, these desert excursions would not be possible, so thank y'all. Continue supporting us. We'll keep the content rolling, guys. And I know there's a lot of you out there throwing out comments, emailing me, calling. All the support this channel gets, we appreciate it all. So thank y'all. Continue what you're doing. We appreciate the support. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell us what you think, and as always, till next time.